Welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Klenam Radio, Bato, Gaskia FM, Techiman, and Radio Wa. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, residents in Mepe in the Volta region to be evacuated to safer grounds as health experts warn there could be a disease outbreak in the flood-affected communities.
The assessment then conducted by the health personnel indicate that it will be better for us to move them from that place to a different location.
We have details as President Akufo-Addo leads the inter-ministerial committee he set up to visit the affected communities. Also, EC Chair June Mensah and her deputies to know their fate today as the Tema High Court is set to hear an application to commit her and her deputies to prison for contempt. We'll bring you the details. Now, scientists also warn of possible presence of poisonous heavy metals in food crops and fish from mining-prone areas.
The head, the gills, the eye, and the bone. The highest concentration was in the gills. The bones were also there. So since then, I have stopped eating the head of the fish as well as the bones. I only eat the muscles, and that is.
In business,
China and France assure Ghana of signing an MOU for bilateral debt restructuring. Details on the Joy Business Report.
St. Louis Senior High School overtakes Ashanti Regional Champions Kumasi Anglican Senior High School to make their second appearance at the semi-final stage after 13 years. We'll bring you all those details.
It shall be one. And as the old Spanish saying goes, "Que sera, sera," what will be, will be. We have won the cup already.
I am Hannah Odame with the details in this package. Let's start from the North Ton district, where authorities say plans are advanced to evacuate residents of Mepe, who some experts have warned are at risk of a disease outbreak due to the floods. Mepe is one of the worst affected communities in the Volta region, where several communities have been flooded due to the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. Let's hear from the Executive Director of the African Center for Health Policy Research and Analysis, Dr. Thomas Anaba.
Being congested in a small environment, people with diverse activities, no proper sanitary conditions, no better place to bath and the rest, people can easily acquire a disease from each other. Even eating in a group without proper care can cause transmission of foodborne disease. The water also inundating the whole area, including septic tanks and the rest, would cause bacteria and germs flow all over, anywhere at all. Even though it is receding, it can still leave at the back a lot of disease like cholera to be transmitted, typhoid fever, and any other disease that is being transmitted from food to.
While the DCE for North Tongue, Osmond Divine, tells Joy News authorities are aware of the health scare and so are considering evacuating the victims to safer grounds.
The Regional Health Director and his team were there yesterday. Some health personnel were stationed there to screen those who are at one of the safe havens at Mepe St. Kizito Senior High School. So some medications are being given. The assessment then conducted by the health personnel indicate that it will be better for us to move them from that place to a different location.
Meanwhile, the 2024 independent presidential aspirant Alan Chromating, who has described the devastation as a national disaster after visiting victims, is calling for the situation to be treated as a national emergency.
I'm not sure whether an emergency has been officially declared, but all well-meaning Ghanaians should see this as a disaster that has to be managed to support those who have been affected. And so I'm here to make my little contribution.
Well, this morning, President Akufo-Addo will lead a 30-member inter-ministerial committee that he set up over the flats to visit the affected communities. We will be there to bring you all the details. Moving on, Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensah, and her deputies will today face the Tema High Court to answer why they must not be imprisoned for contempt. The application was filed by an 18-year-old Precious Aita, who took issue with the EC's decision to hold the voter registration exercise in its district offices. Our legal affairs correspondent, Kwekwa Santi, will be in court and will bring us all those details. Scientists are warning of the possible presence of some poisonous heavy metals in some food crops and fish from mining-prone areas of the country. The Environmental Protection Agency found high concentrations of mercury in fish from the Tano River tested in the year 2022. Similar tests conducted in some leafy vegetables and herbs found they absorb disturbing concentrations of heavy metals. They are contained in the latest Hotline Trust Africa multimedia documentary, Poisoned for Gold, produced by Erastus Asari Donko. Here are excerpts.
Irresponsible mining generates tailings, a byproduct of the sluicing process in extracting the gold. These are done haphazardly without a recourse to environmental safety and protection. Consequently, the heavy metals in the tailings are released into water bodies, the soil, food chain, surface, and groundwater. The Environmental Protection Agency, in its research conducted on fishes in the Tano River in 2022, revealed alarming levels of mercury.
EPA, we are also into research.
Dr. Jackson Edia Nyantachi is the half-original director of the Environmental Protection Agency. He spoke at a transformational dialogue on small-scale mining organized by the University of Energy and Natural Resources, Sunyani.
In fish samples that were taken from River Tano at the Dantano area there, when I realized the levels of mercury in the fish samples, I became so alarmed. I looked at the levels in muscle, the fish muscles, the head, the gills, the eye, and the bones. So since then, I have stopped eating the head of the fish as well as the bones. I only eat the muscles, and that is it.
Health Minister Kwekwa Menu says government is considering paying subsidies for dialysis treatments for persons suffering kidney diseases. He said this when he spoke at the 50th anniversary and annual Congress of Medical Lab Sciences in Accra.
Cabinet is expecting the proposal from me. I met to the Kidney Association of Ghana, and we are all talking, certain things. I met with some parliamentarians. We soliciting views that will happen. We either put it on the health insurance thing, or government finds subsidy to bring. Probably even looking at health insurance nomenclature properly to see how best we can solve that.
He's also been talking about the recent shortage of antiretroviral drugs for HIV/AIDS patients.
This time it wasn't taxes at all. It was quite misleading, and we have cleared what was the challenge. We're setting up a small committee to try to investigate what happened, and when we finish, we will see how best we can restore that.
Adom Praise is here again. Now, this year's festival is dubbed the Kwaz Edition. Speaking at the launch of Adom Praise 2023, Programs Manager of Adom FM, Joshua Tigo, revealed what to expect. There's more in this report.
Highlights of the 2022 edition of Adom Praise. And the climax was when international act Travis Green mounted the stage. Adom Praise is an annual gospel music concert that is organized at the Perez Dome in Accra, Ghana. The event has been attended by both local and international award-winning gospel musicians and groups. Programs Manager of Adom FM, Joshua Tigo, says this year's edition will be much more electrifying.
What is different about this year's Adom Praise? Look, we are going to see over 400 singers mounting the stage to sing to the glory of God.
And you heard the manager of Adom FM, Joshua Tigo, ending that report. Adom Praise will be on the 29th of October at Perez Dome. 13 years after St. Louis Senior High School last appeared at the semi-final stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz competition, they have made a historic and spectacular advancement towards the grand finale. St. Louis outclassed Ashanti Regional Champions Anglican Secondary School and Wesley Grammar School in a 26-point win. Jacqueline Yeboah caught up with the students of St. Louis after the all-exciting contest.
It shall be one. We are thanking God because everything is not our might or power, it's by the grace of God. And as the old Spanish saying goes, "Que sera, sera," what will be, will be. We have won the cup already. This is just the beginning of our glory.
Oh, we are expecting a bigger one, and it will be even better than what we did today. We are hopeful that during the semi-finals contest, we will win, and we will win massively.
And that's it for the news at 6 with me, Hannah Odami. Please log on to myjoyonline.com for more news and stay tuned to your superstation, Joy 99.7 FM.